Today has started well. My first experience of sleep paralysis in a tent.
Somehow I just never learn.
I'm Roy. Nice to meet you.
Hey ho, Silver! On the way!
In the back of the schoolyard, where we used to play hide and seek.
Okay, A, there's some weird noises, and B, there's something swimming. Can you see it? Right there. There's only one thing to do. I'm gonna have to go and investigate. What is it? What are you? Is it a fish? I think it's a fish. You really can't see it very well on here. It is, it's a fish. It's trying to talk to me. Whoa, this is weird.
You smiled alone, my God, and there was no need to speak. Always in the dark, and you can't cut us. Always with a spark. I wish I could forget. We run it party from the start. Nostalgia is my second nature art. My least favorite state of mind, but I go there all the time. All the time. Oh, how you worry me. I'm only missing when it's gone.
So, welcome to the Elan Valley, everybody, where if you want to get a phone signal, you basically have to bring your own mast. In fact, everywhere in Wales.
Always in the dark, you can't cut us. Always with a spark. I wish I could forget.
I'm riding down a valley that funnels to the west.
Nostalgia is my
The
second
wind's
nature
coming from the west. Look at my head.
state of mind.
It's like a wind bucket.
All the time.
The hell's a wind bucket? Ooh, it's not windy for a second. Yay!
Oh, I go there all the time. All the time.
It was so flipping windy coming down that valley. Like, I felt like the kid in E.T. that took off on his bike, minus the alien in a basket, obviously. Hang on, minus the alien? You sure about that? Yeah, that was nuts. So I've just stopped for a minute outside this little village. No, it's not a village. Hamlet. Well, it's about 3 houses, to be fair. And there was a turn off, and I've got no GPS, but I just spat. But I actually looked at the map half in detail last night. Like, for me, it was quite good. And I remember, oh, motorbike, 2 seconds. There we go. Whee! That looks fun. Yeah, so I half looked at the map last night. I say half, like I looked at it and I did a quick measure. But I remember that the cycle route turns off in a little villagey hamlet thing like this, and I just saw a little turn off, so I think that is it, but I'm not going to take it because I am not convinced that cycle route 81 is road bike suitable, because half the time they're not, and I couldn't get the pin on Google Maps to like drop on the track to see what it was like, so that's usually an indication that it is not a road type thing. So I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to take a bit more distance because I measured it as 80 with all these bits, like the maximum distance. Well, I don't even know what I'm just saying, but yeah, I'm going this way. Yeah, I'm just using the force, like, you know, and you just know, I just know I need to go this way. I'm just using the force. I'm going with it. I'm going this way. It's going to be fine. I was wrong. This is cycle route 81. And it looks fine, and it definitely is the right one because it goes to that oh, fuck off. So yeah, fingers crossed. I can't even cross my fingers, they're so cold. It's not even cold. Reynard's life. Yeah, fingers crossed this doesn't turn into some mashy track. Whoa, look how nice it is, man. It's so green. You gotta love it, haven't you? You gotta love it. Where's the vowels at then? He's butty with my butty, that says. Which in English translates to having a sandwich with my mate. Look at his face. Look at his neck. And on the other side we have the short neck alpacas. Bye boys. Right, I literally don't know how to go over a cattle grid without doing this. I forgot that one-handed cattle grids are not a good idea. Fucking hell. Rain's just blown in. I'm eating my hair. A light shower. Completely French. Why does this always happen to me? That is not a road suitable for a road bike. I'm not going back. Fucking walk. I swear to God it was a road on the map, okay? The amount of times I do this is not even funny now. I haven't even got enough fingers and toes to count it anymore. The amount of times I end up off-road with a road bike is getting ridiculous. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? Got a laugh from you. Got a laugh. Probably about 5 miles of walking. 5 miles and the rest, love. So I know what you're thinking, how does she get across here? She, I, me. Actually no you're not, because you saw it in the introduction, but just pretend you didn't see that bit for a second. Here is my cunning plan. Cue the cunning plan music. Actually, it's not that cunning, is it? Because what else would you expect me to do? I can't fly. I suppose I could have turned around. Knowing what I know now, I should have turned around. Anyway, here goes.
This water gives my feet like a Swansea tan. You just know that when the water turns your feet that colour, there's a lot of cow shit in there. Yummy!
And on I went, blissfully unaware that I actually had a 9-mile stretch, which is 14.5 kilometres, before I would reach the east end of Clearwyn Reservoir and pick up the road again. That is the face of a horse that is thinking, I have never seen something so ridiculous in my entire life. What is she doing here with a road bike? I don't know, horsey. I don't know. I'm at someone's farm. Screw it, I'm cycling a bit. I'm going to be here all year otherwise. I need a new bike after this. It's fine. Damage. It's fine. And I'm back on the road. Yes! made it into the tent. I didn't film putting it up or anything because, as you can hear, it's been pissing it down, so I just literally whacked it up as quick as I could, but stuff has got a bit wet, but it's all good. Right. Time for noodles. So the weather's died off for a minute. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's not too bad tonight, or it's blowing a little bit. I've just done my noodles, but I've got a slight problem. I forgot the fork. It's in the van, so I'm gonna have to drink them. They're quite thick, I might need to put more water in, but yeah. It's all good. It's 7:45, so that's not bad. I'm gonna drink these, I'm gonna drink that. I'm gonna get in my sleeping bag and I'm just gonna go to sleep and get up early. Good morning. That was a very wet, very windy night. I wasn't expecting it to rain that much actually, but yeah, it was fine. I did not sleep that well, and I actually had my first experience of sleep paralysis in a tent. So, okay, it's gonna make me sound like an absolute freak now, but background story on this. So when I'm at home, like normal life, if I'm stressed, I have to be like quite severely stressed. I get this thing, oh, the tent's just knocking the camera. I get this thing called sleep paralysis, and I first started getting it that I know of, that I remember when I was in university, and I didn't know what it was at the time. And so to explain what it is, so I feel like I'm fully awake. Everything in my room or whatever surroundings I'm in looks exactly like it actually is in that situation. I feel like I'm awake, like everything is as if I'm awake. And this is a ridiculous bit, but it feels like some kind of like demon or spirit or something that I can't see comes into my room and like holds me down. So like really I feel pressure on my chest, like holding me down to the bed. Or it's like a dragging feeling, so I feel like it's like paranormal activity now. Yeah, I feel like I'm being dragged out of the bed, and it feels completely real. And the key like factor in it is that you're like paralyzed, so you feel like you're absolutely trying your hardest to like shout and scream or like kick out or escape, and you literally can't move, and it's actually really terrifying. And when I was having it in uni, so I'm quite a like rational person, so I'll always like come up with reasons for stuff, whereas other people will freak out. I'll be like, oh, it's probably this or whatever. But with this, I just got to the point where I was like, I think I'm actually gonna have to tell my housemates that I think we have like a spirit in the house. We need some kind of exorcism. Yeah, honestly, it got to that point and I was like, this is just weird. And so I did end up telling one of my housemates, and she was like, I feel like I've heard of this. So we googled it, and then we read all these forums and stuff where people were saying, I feel like I'm being dragged, like everything that I felt, and I was like, no way. But yeah, that was a really long story, but apparently it's associated with stress. And last night I had it for the first time in a tent. I've never had it in a tent before, and I don't think I was stressed, but maybe just the weather and stuff made my brain go a bit nuts. So yeah, in a tent it was the same. It was like exactly as everything looked. I was in this location, the weather was as it was, like everything felt like I was completely 100% awake. And the tent version was a van drove up the track that's here. A man came, he walked by my tent, he opened the outer layer. I started trying to shout and move and I literally couldn't do anything. He opened the inner layer. This was the weird thing with this one. A face actually came into the tent and I've never had that before. But yeah, a face came into the tent. And at that point, I must have come out of it because I remember that I actually shouted out loud at this point once the paralysis had gone. I shouted, "What the fuck?" in this tent last night. I literally shouted, "What the fuck?" I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no one around here, like, but yeah, so that was interesting. And I appreciate that I now sound like an absolute nut job, but it is a thing. So yeah, but I've never had it in a tent before. So that was fun. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I can't stop sneezing this morning. I think it's gone. So I'm gonna finish my coffee and have something to eat and like slowly pack up my stuff and then go for a hike. I don't know how I'm so chirpy this morning because I feel like I've had like no sleep. This is sometimes what happens though. The less sleep I have, the more like buzzing I am until like 3 p.m. and then I'm like, oh, shoot me. But yeah, there we go. Hike time. It's like not even 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm eating katsu curry flavoured crisps. I just fancied them, you know? So yeah, I'm trying to finish this water so that I can refill it in here because it's got a filter in it so you can fill it from any fresh water source, which is really handy when you don't want to carry like millions of water. Fucking hell. It's okay, just get more. So I will actually drop a link in the description to this bottle because it is amazing. I am affiliated with the company that makes them, but so that means I make a tiny bit of commission if you buy one. But as you can see by the actual state of it, it is extremely well worn because I use it for every single camping trip and long hikes because it's so handy because you don't have to carry millions of water as long as you know you can fill it up at a water source. And I've literally filled it up in puddles full of sheep shit before and it's actually fine. It filters out like 99.9% of all of the crap, literally crap. So yeah, it's really cool. So if you do want to get one of those, the link is in the description. Okay, let's go hiking. That was really, I don't know why I just did that, but let's go hiking. Let's go hiking. Let's go hiking. Literally ducked behind this cairn. Literally is like sideways rain and yeah, windy as hell. I'm literally just off the summit of Elan Valley. According to the map it's just that way, so there should be some more cairns, so I'm probably just going to run and then sit behind another cairn in the rain. Welcome to Wales.
Stay with me
So excuse this quite weird look that I've got going on right now, but I couldn't be bothered to take my hat off and put it in my pack. I've now, better late than never, put my waterproof trousers on. It's definitely too little too late, but at least it's stopping the wind getting me. So for navigational purposes, because the weather is horrendous, claggy as anything, I'm following this fence line, hand-railing it round because it goes to where I want to go next, which, raindrop, which is, that's worse. The source of the River Wye is up here, and also the source of the River Severn. So I'm going to go and have a look. Not sure what I'm really expecting to see, like it's not going to be like, you know, a big tap or something, is it? But
Say my name, stay with me till the stars fade away and your scars don't.
today was going really well, and then I just made a hole in my flipping waterproof trousers on the fence. So this valley behind me is the source of the River Wye. To be honest, right now I look like I'm the source of the River Wye. Onwards to the source of the River Severn. There's actually a little path for this, which is cool. But it took a bit of finding. It's like a bog. I'm going to see why it's the source of the Severn, to be honest. And so down there is the Severn Way, or the source of the Severn Way, or I don't know, something. You can follow it anyway, and it follows the Severn. But over here is, they've got like an actual post for this one and everything.
I am really sorry about the state of the audio in this video, but even a wind muffling microphone just doesn't work in these conditions because it gets drenched. So anyway, in these clips I was basically repeating source of the Severn about 95,000 times. Honestly, if there's like a Guinness World Record for the number of times you can say that in under a minute, I'm genuinely expecting my plaque in the post any day now. Then I started rambling on about how you could definitely tell it was the source of the Severn because it was just like a massive bog fest, but it was really pretty. And finally, before I left, I did a little photo shoot and I got intercepted by some other hikers and I just basically looked like a loser, which was great. And from there I got mildly lost in the clag, but not lost because you're never really lost, you're just locationally challenged. I made my way down into the valley, which was so rugged and so wild. It was sort of like a scene from The Lion King. Like, not that there was leaping wildebeests or lions, and it wasn't in Africa either, but just in the sense that it was like a big Havana. That's not what I mean.
Yes, I know I'm walking like a bit of a bell end, but I lost one of my legs in a hole down there. You can't be too complacent, you know.
But this wild and rugged landscape that was trying to break my leg was just the most beautiful valley. Quick brew with a view now before I head back to Cardiff. It's been an awesome weekend in Wales as usual. Cambrian Mountains, absolutely sick. So wild, like so untouched. No one here. Highly recommended. Actually no, don't everyone come because then it won't be so quiet. No, I'm joking. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've maybe learnt something, like don't look at Google Maps and assume that everything you think is a road is a road. Maybe don't climb over barbed wire fences in waterproof trousers. Probably like a million other things, but yeah, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, then you should subscribe to my channel because
This stuff happens to me all the time. And give me a like and a comment, and thank you. Goodbye.